plan on moving into a nursing home at all.
It was really a hard decision to uproot him from the friends and the family.
I'd heard some stories about people living in nursing homes and stuff, you know. I don't want to go to a nursing home. I'm not ready for a nursing home.
I got old. This is what happened to me.
I think for all of us, it's a very personal thing, and it comes to everybody in a different way. And for me, it was really part of my mom's story. She was a healthy, elderly woman who was living alone. She had her own car. She was always very independent. She was never going to go to the nursing home. She was dealing with bladder cancer for many years and finally came to the end of that bladder cancer. The treatments weren't working anymore, and she chose not to treat it. Well, I was here, and so she agreed to come to the nursing home. But during that 6 weeks, every day I saw her fight for her life, and not for her physical life, because she knew that was coming to an end, but for her emotional life. She would refuse to get up in the morning when she was supposed to get up. She'd refuse to take a shower when it was her turn on the list. And as her daughter, I knew that what her routine was better than anybody. I'd cared for her in her home. I knew what time she liked to get up. I knew what would make her happy, what would make her comfortable. But as the director of nursing here, I also knew if I asked the other staff to care for her in that way, that it would take time away from the other residents. And I couldn't do that, not even as her daughter. But when she died, I felt like I couldn't stay in long-term care anymore if we couldn't adapt to our residents' needs like that, if we truly couldn't be more flexible in caring for them in a way that they could feel comfortable.
When somebody comes into the nursing home in the traditional way, in the traditional model, they would lose their identity. And how that happened is all of a sudden we took over and said, you have to get up at a certain time, you have to eat at a certain time, and they were stripped of their identity.
This isn't the way we want people to live their last remaining years of their life. We really wanted to do something that changed the industry and got rid of that negative image of nursing homes.
What we were doing wasn't bad. We were taking very good care of our residents that lived here. We were really very proud of the facility we had. Our residents and families and staff were very satisfied with it. But when we really talked about, were we ready to come here? No, we weren't. And so then what did we need to do to make that transition?
We said the last thing we wanted to do was to build a brand new, beautiful 1970s nursing home. We would have completely failed. And so we started a discussion about why. Why is it that even though the care is wonderful, nobody wants to live in a nursing home? And we challenged ourselves to try to design a model of care that truly people would want to live in. And what we did is we invited residents, families, staff, and community in, and we started by asking, what does home mean to you?
I think it was probably the single most important exercise we did. We spent 3 days with a group of 45 people defining what home meant to us in Perham, Minnesota. And what that allowed us to do is every step of the way we were able to say, how is that going to get us home? And I have to believe that by doing that, we've seen our residents live much longer, healthier lives. That they're involved in life and living until the day they die. They don't come here to die, they come here to live.